Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Card Show. Like I'm lagging a bit there. Those that are watching, it seemed like I'm lagging a little bit there. Don't know what's going on there, but those that are listening, everything should be loud and clear, so that should be good. Well, what a week we've had since the last pod and stuff like that. Sports has been crazy. We'll touch on sports. New cards coming out. New cards have arrived, which we'll get into. I won't show off anything because obviously people listen to this podcast. But obviously, my Oasis cards came from Iconic Trading Cards. People may have seen Sports Card UK did his sort of open sort of reveal at Brighton soccer card show or football card show, it was called. Um, but yeah, I've yet to reveal mine. I sort of teased, and then I unboxed it, and it took like 5 minutes, and then I was like, oh, I need to try and get that down in short form content. But I will just show off the pieces I've got on social next couple of days, so I won't reveal anything here because I know people listen. So yeah, it is what it is. But I very much enjoyed the box. So I'm just going to start. Let me start with that part. Yes, I got one. I ordered one actually as well because obviously I know there was a lot of issues with sort of resellers. Like, I think the German resellers they were sort of getting loads of the boxes. So there was an issue in the UK, and unlike other companies, this company, Iconic Trading Cards, made sure that actual collectors and people who've been registered got the chance to get a box. So it was I think 2 days later, maybe Wednesday, can't remember exactly the day, but a couple of days later, they give the opportunity again to purchase, from the cancelled orders they'd cancelled from people sort of reselling. And I thought, you know what, I had a few messages from you guys, people that wanted him and didn't get any. So I thought I'll let other people get there ahead of me. I'll leave it a few hours to see what happens, and if there's some available, then I'll get one. But as long as I got some, it was good because I was lucky enough to get a little sample pack, so I was happy with that prior. But obviously, you want to get a box and spend the money and get the nice sort of autos or metallic cards, the lenticular cards are well numbered. So I thought, you know what, I'll take the risk. I said I left it a few hours, let you guys get some, and then I purchased mine. Yeah, and let's just say I was very happy with my box. It left me that weird feeling though, like you because I opened it. Obviously, I opened it, and you sort of you want more to open, but at the same time, it's like a guilty pleasure, right? At the same time, you're like, I don't need to open more of this, but I wanted more. Because I think obviously when he re-put these packs back on, if they're limited to one box per customer, again to make sure that everyone was able to get some. There's only 1,000 of these boxes. And originally, it was only going to be 500. So can you imagine if there'd been only 500? I think Lawrence and the team over there made a good choice to up that to 1,000. And I'm glad for Lawrence. Obviously, I've spoken to him a few times. Had him on the pod. I should have got him before the release, but I think with the madness that went on, I think he's happy that he wasn't on there with all the German resellers. But we'll definitely get on again soon, for sure. But I'm just glad that because it must be such a daunting process. You're investing so much time, money, effort into something, and you're not really knowing if it's going to be that well received, right? And especially you can see we've been getting for all these licenses and all this stuff sorted before Oasis had talked about a comeback. So yes, you announce it and people go, "Oh yeah, Oasis card's kind of cool," and the hype's sort of there, and it's more for the core Oasis fans, right? Yeah, "Oh yeah, Oasis, I get that." As soon as it gets announced, you get the non sort of non-casual Oasis fans. I don't know what you'd call them. I look really tired. I just see myself. I don't really desire. Don't know what's going on. I just realized how bad I'm looking at the moment. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's very interesting. See, that's how ugly I am. You see, I'm that ugly. I see myself on screen, and I was like, Jesus, I'm looking bad. Um, yeah, but yeah, you sort of have them people that probably weren't as interested prior, now interested because they've got tickets. They've got, the friends all hyped about Oasis. Everyone's sort of hyped about Oasis again. So yeah, you get they sort of want a piece of it as well. So I think it's it's the perfect storm, as some would say, as we could tell with demand on the actual the day of release. So really happy for Lawrence and the team over there at Iconic Trading Cards. And I'm very much looking forward to the rest. I said I will release my little unboxing and show off the cards I got. I'm very impressed with the actual. It sounds daft. The box, yeah, box, sleeve, opening box, all that's fine. But each card came in a little steel and package, which was really nice. Like an extra little, you know, je ne sais quoi. Don't even know what that means, but it sounded good for the time. Yeah, it just made it seem a little bit more premium. Is the word I'm looking for. Vocab is 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 leave me today. It's yeah. But yeah, late night with NFL. So we'll get on sports because what a week of sports it's been and weekend of sports it's been. But this yeah, I'm happy for them guys over there. Very much looking forward to what we bring out next. I'm sure you guys are too. Again, we'll try and get Lawrence on soon. And maybe you can give us a little sneaky peek on what's coming next. A few projects that have come up because yeah, I think Iconic Trading Cards have certainly planted their flag in I would say custom cards. I don't know if they're custom cards, but in the card creation space, and I think a lot of people will be looking forward to what they do next. Whether that be another band, movie stars, films, etc., TVs. It'll be very interesting which road they go down and what they do next. But no, I wish them all success and hope you guys follow them along. Iconic Trading Cards on Insta. So yeah, make sure you're following them along and you keep an eye on what they're doing. What is it? Jump on, don't get left behind. Is the old saying. Jump on now before you get left behind. But no, that's enough of the Oasis trade cards for now. Let's go on to sports because I think it's been an absolutely crazy weekend of sports. Obviously, I'll start with NFL. And the reason, and someone said this, why do we talk so much about NFL? Da, da, da. And the reason why NFL so much is obviously it's the card show. I know the cards are in there as well, but you have to be involved in the sports as well. So I really do believe you have to be involved in the sports to sort of profit in the cards. If you can't just come and buy NFL cards, NHL cards, MLB cards, NBA cards, soccer cards, or not really know the sports. You always need sort of behind, aren't you? If you're going, oh well, that's what everyone else is buying, then you already paid a premium. So if you're involved in the sports, you see you see talent, and you can invest in that way. And I firmly believe with the market as well that NFL is, especially with quarterbacks, is probably one of the most profitable card sort of sections to be in. I will do sort of another. I've been saying this for ages. I've been sort of doing bit parts here and there of like my strategy, I suppose, the way I deal it when it comes to the investment side, as opposed to collecting side. Because obviously, when it comes to collection, you just buy what you want, pay what you want, whatever you want, because it's your collection. No one can tell you anything. If you want to pay a premium, that's on you. If you're happy to do it, then you do it. That's the whole point of your collection, right? But when it comes to investment, you want to try and get in at the lowest price possible and sell at the highest price possible. I always say, as long as you're making profit, sell, leave a bit of meat on the bone for someone else, and build connections as well. It's always good. So you don't always have to maximize the profit. You may know that you may sell a card a little bit too early, knowing it, whether it's the start of a season for NBA, for instance, or playoff spikes. You sell now knowing that they're going to have playoff performances that are going to spike the cards a bit higher, but people are also thinking that as well. So you may sell at a bit lower price now, thinking that might happen. It may happen. So you may lose a bit of money if you'd held on. But as long as you profit, you're all right. And the other guy makes some money, and they know to come back to you and stuff like that. So you can build connections that way. And again, that playoff spike may not happen. They may not play well, maybe injured. So it does swing in roundabouts, but you just got to be involved in the sports, I say. So NFL UK left England, NFL UK. So yeah, NFL has left us this. We had 3 weeks of the glorious NFL. It looked like a lot of, as usual, delays on trains, etc. That hampered a few people enjoying the whole experience. But all in all, it seemed like another great success. I was glad to see if not, he's doing a lot more stuff. I don't know if people know this, but they did a massive link up with. I don't actually know the artist name, but his company is called Hard in the Paint, who does like custom jerseys, shirts, etc. Very a lot of soccer stuff, NBA. I've not. I think I've seen a few, but like a handful of custom NFL stuff. So this was the first where he's done NFL stuff with with Fanatics. They had a lot. Was it double decker bus? I think they had. full of stuff. But it's just like instead of the jerseys, and he paints certain patterns, sort of like a lightning style, with different colors. It's kind of cool. Check him out. I think pretty sure it's hard in the paint, um, or hard painting, something like that. You'll come across it, and it was on Fanatics. I think they put some stuff on Fanatics UK and stuff like that, and the NFL UK definitely shared some stuff. Um, but I was glad to see that sort of stuff. A young British artist as well, so that was always nice, getting some shine. And again, Michael Rubin was there. So them two chatting away. So it's good to see the whole, NFL Fanatics. It would have been cool to get, you know, cards maybe. Fanatics are here. Push some cards. The merch was good. Push some cards as well. Yeah, I think it would have been cool to get Tops now sort of London exclusives as well. I know obviously it will be on license, but you know, it's something for the future for sure when licenses do come. You just imagine. I don't know how fast process could be, but imagine getting them as when you're leaving the game. You're leaving the game and you've seen a stand there with Tops now moments. A bit like is it Alton Towers? Whatever, you go in the ride and you finish your ride, and all of a sudden there's the picture of you to buy. The old screens of you. They should do that in the game. Finish the game. That's the moment I want right there. That touchdown or that pass. You should select like five, sort of touchdowns and five sort of tackles, and you get to choose them. That'd be kind of cool. And you may get like a print run of 20,000 on a certain touchdown. You may get a print run of like five of a certain tackle. So you'd have a really low pop card there. But that'd be kind of cool thing of doing it. Get special game exclusives, getting people involved that way as well would be kind of cool. But yeah, just food for thought, or just nonsense. We'll see. But yeah, so now it's on to Germany. So yeah, 3 weeks of London games. We're very blessed with that. I know there's rumours that the Jags may do a few more games over here next season after, because of their stadium rebuild scenario. The Everbank Stadium, or Trevor Bank Stadium, for Trevor Lawrence. So yeah, that could be interesting. Just have the Jags as like a proper home team over here at Wembley for 8 weeks of the year. That would be kind of crazy. Especially if they do a London game as well. So do 8 games here, and then a ninth at Tottenham. Yeah, that would be nice. I don't. Yeah, then they get a Germany game as well. So yeah, Germany is 2 weeks time now. I think a week's time maybe. I'm sure it'll be just as well received and well done over there. It always seems to go well. And then we had the F1. Let's move to the F1. What a race! All weekend that whole thing was. I couldn't tell you who was going to win. It just seemed to ebb and flow between qualifying sprints. Yeah, it was a tactical, technical battle to the end. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I sat down with the wife and watched the Grand Prix. It was sort of that was on the big screen and the NFL was on the smaller screen. I know it's sacrilege to say, but because the Chiefs weren't playing till later on, I think I missed maybe the first few minutes of this. Well, I say missed. Didn't have them on the big screen for the first few minutes. That's how invested I was in the F1 race, and the final few laps of Lando. I felt bad for him. I mean, Lewis now after 3 laps, but Lando Norris. I mean, what performance! Charles Leclerc as well, by the way, unbelievable performance. And I did think, because he had a 2-second gap, I think it was, when Lewis went off, and obviously they get a safety car. We're all bunched up again. And I just wondered, was Max, because Max got a good jump on him when the flags were, when it was the other flags had gone. He read it well. He had a good job, and I thought, it's such a shame to build a decent lead after a couple of laps, and now you're back to the dogfight again. But he just made the space again, got the DRS zone, and just never looked back. I think he had something like a 13-second lead for into pits. It was crazy. Yeah, maybe. And then I know that Max went in first in the undercut, and then we got a bit bigger for Lando. But yeah, he led from basically beginning to end. He did his job. So congrats to Charles Leclerc. But yeah, Lando, I mean, to get a 5-second penalty of 2-3 laps to go, and for that sort of pass on Max. I mean, obviously Max on the radio, isn't he? You have to give me back. I mean, yeah, I do feel bad for Lando because the whole was he in front of the apex? He didn't get anywhere to turn. it was a bit weird because they didn't call it for the first few laps, and then I think George Russell was the first one to get penalised for it, and then they were very consistent. Even if someone is ahead, it's strange. It should be like a challenge. We to challenge it because I just feel bad for him. He didn't have anywhere to turn his car to. He did, to be honest, apart from going off the track for safety reasons. So yeah, that is that. But it was an absolute unbelievable race. Yeah, sort of in some ways it's weird because obviously I remember when let's say last year or so, by the last few months, when Max has been sort of 20 seconds ahead, everyone's like, he's boring now. And this was sort of boring at the front, sort of when Charles got that, sort of just peeling away with lap after lap, 7 second gap, 8 second gap. You was like, okay, he's winning the race, but it's a championship points. Knowing that Lando needs fastest laps, he needs to finish ahead of Max. Yeah, it's again. I think it still makes it interesting. I think it's 57 points or not. It's 50 odd points behind. So Max hasn't won it yet, but it looks forever in his favour. But a no finish, for instance, and Lando winning changes it completely, especially if you can win and get a fastest lap. So there's still opportunities, but yeah, it's looking like a Max Verstappen championship again. But it does lead into a very interesting next year, is what I would say. I know it's kind of weird to look forward to, but you have Lewis at Ferrari, potentially a new partner for Max. I'm here. I think they were saying on the other day, Liam Lawson potentially, but with Max, a new partner for George as well, George Russell. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've seen Lando and Oscar Piastri. I think for me, them two are the strongest two team of drivers. I know you can argue Lewis and Charles. Just Ferrari is still inconsistent. I would say inconsistent. Just certain they seem to be set for certain tracks, and there's not that many of them. If that makes sense. Whereas McLaren seems to be set for certain tracks, and they've said openly that America isn't. A lot of tracks ain't for them, but they just seem to be set for a lot more tracks and getting the most out of the car. A lot more tracks. But yeah, that is what that is. So at least it's more interesting. F1. It's been interesting. Again, it's not relayed too much into the card market with F1. I think nothing's going to quite beat that 2020 first year boom, but there'll still be people hunting down the Piastri autos because I think he's going to be a superstar. Same with Lando Norris, and obviously Lewis is a goat, and Max is, as much as some you love to hate him, he's still up there as one of the best drivers. Down to football, the old soccer, because obviously NBA season's not really here yet. We'll touch on Bronny a little bit. Bronny's happening real soon. He put on some good numbers. He had his first little good game after Dalton Connect. Had an absolute baller game. Again, Lakers, my team, they ain't gonna do much. Let's be honest. But the Bronny James team duo is gonna cause have the dual auto is they're just the dual cards. They're gonna be wanted and sought after. So keep an eye out on them sort of stuff. But yes, soccer, football, UK football, absolute crazy weekend. Arsenal dropping points. So they were sent off. Obviously, they missed a few games. How that's going to affect things. Liverpool, Chelsea. The boy Tosin. It wasn't his game, boys. It wasn't his game. And Liverpool came through. I was banking on Tosin. Big performance. Shut them out. Try and get a sneaky goal over end. But it didn't happen. City win and celebrated like won the title because of the crazy VAR overrule goal. It's difficult that. I personally, obviously, am a City fan, Manclad. I personally don't think he impedes the goalkeeper at the time of the shot, so it's the right call. But I see why people get annoyed. There is it's sort of like the grey area, isn't it? Like he also impeding him, he gets pushed off, and he's down at the time, isn't he? And then the header comes in. But Rui Patricio is ready for it, so he's not blocking his eye line. He's not making having his hands busy. So yeah, man, Johnny Stones, Johnny Stones. The guy's becoming a legend this year, I tell you. Has them weird years, doesn't he, where like the treble year, superhero. He's this weird sort of centre back slash CDM baller. Didn't he have like the most successful dribbles in a Champions League final since like Messi or something crazy. That's yeah, mental. Then he's like injured for a year, and then now he's about to be a superstar again. It's yeah, it's crazy. For Havidal like playing left back, might as well play left winger. He's scoring goals for fun. I'm liking the young vibe. I mean, they're still missing a little bit of game knowledge, but Doku and Savio are liking that youthful exuberance on the side. Obviously, Grealish came in and give a bit more like nous, like he knows the league, he knows Pep's way. But we got the job done. But yeah, the celebrations were crazy. It just shows the passion. It still means like this these points in these games mean a lot. But Liverpool are looking dangerous, looking like I'm going to say this now. Arne Slot may have a better record than Klopp after leaving Liverpool. Like he could win a Prem or two. I know you say, oh well, Klopp did win a Prem. He did. He won the Champions League. Got to another final. Hey, listen, he did. But the way they play, it's like the mix. He's got Slot's got a better mix of like the whole Pep and Klopp. Klopp was just that way, and in the first few years, the players just tailed off. Like the energy, they couldn't cope for a season. Slot's like energy. Now it's time to breathe with the ball, recuperate, pass it around, go again. Gravenberch has been a revelation, showing that sort of Ajax days. Yeah, craziness. United come back as well, 2-1. Was it Højlund and Garnacho? I mean, I think it's like a big buzz because obviously with the Nations League, the United, with England was nonsense, and that was kind of you're missing actual proper Premier League football, and it comes back with a bang, and it just more and more hype, right? It gets you going, gets you going. So, what a time to be alive for sports. I probably missed some other sports. I mean, I know there was a Rafa Nadal sort of announcement, and there was it's like Six Kings, what it's called. So I didn't watch it. So it got notification on DAZN. I saw a notification. But yeah, I didn't actually watch it. I know Djokovic and Nadal faced each other, and it was Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner. So it's like the old guard and new guard. Definitely should have done doubles. That'd been cool. But yeah, Yannick Sinner, man, one to watch out for in tennis wise. Yeah, crazy. Other sports. What other sports are we talking about now? Boxing wasn't the best weekend for boxing, to be fair. I think everyone's still seething with the Ben Whittaker scenario. Ngannou made his mixed martial arts comeback. Obviously, first fight since his little boxing tour. Looked very dominant. I think even John Jones said, a very good all-round mixed martial arts display. I think everyone keeps talking about Aspinall versus Jones, and maybe Aspinall versus Ngannou is the one. I mean, can you imagine that? That's something to think about. That's all I'm gonna say there. I don't think I'm missing other sports. So, on two cards. Now, we have the MLB playoffs. I almost forgotten. So the playoffs are obviously in high whatever now, high demand, high stakes, high accordance, whatever. Yeah, Dodgers beat the Mets, get in. Yankees have progressed. I mean, it's getting to that stage now. Getting to that stage, boys. But it's the higher. Now we're getting to the same sort of. It's weird. So you get into the end of the season of MLB, right? So cards are picking up for the playoff bracket people. So teams are in the playoffs. Their cards are in little spikes. And now we get to the start of the NBA. So now it's prospecting, right? What team's going to start off well? Where, who's going to be going far and doing well? You got to look at NBA starting soon. You're going to be looking at OKC. Obviously, Chet, Shea, Gilgeous, Alexander. You've got Magic with Paolo. Could argue the Wagners. I don't know. Obviously, Timber's gonna be there. They made a trade, got rid of Cat. Said, "Ant, this is your team," and he said, "Listen, don't call me Baby Jordan for nothing. I got this." You know who's gonna stand out? Ja Morant's coming back, baby. Don't sleep on Ja. Do not. I think he's gonna come back with a vengeance. So we can stay fit. A bit like Zion. Like I think these people are gonna be dominate the court. It's just very risky. Like how fit you can be for the season? A long season, 80 odd games. How are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Obviously, with the NFL week 7, I see Chiefs just had the bye week, so you know 6-0, baby. Only team undefeated. But it's not how you start the season; it's how you finish the season. So we're seeing crazy sort of spikes in cards. If you look at Sam Darnold, you know, picked by the Jets, so what, 6 years ago now? Went to, he's been Panthers, he's been obviously San Fran backup. Was potentially going to be back up in Minnesota, right? They picked Jimmy McCartney. He gets injured. Jimmy McCarthy, he gets injured, and yes, he's tasted defeat at the Lions, but I think they're what, probably 5-1. Isn't that crazy? They're by 6-1. Yeah, yeah, I think they're 5-1, right? They're by as well. Yeah, so it's crazy, 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 crazy. I mean, you look at what's it? Bengals started out really bad, back to sort of winning ways, looking decent again. Washington with Jaden Daniels. I mean, we saw on the lookout his cards are I think they're the third highest selling cards right now. Very liquid, and it's not even in Washington uniform stuff. So I'm sure more Washington stuff comes out. He's going to be one that people invest in. But he seems to be like this year's CJ Stroud, the standout sort of rookie quarterback who's taking his team to that next level. I would have been very intrigued, and obviously, you could argue Ron Rivera, but with Eric Bieniemy being there, Eric Bieniemy doing what he did at Chiefs, it would have been very interesting to see, you know, Bieniemy with Daniels and having an offensive line it would have been familiar with Allegretti, Andrew Wiley, the two former Chiefs as well, that Bieniemy would have sort of known, and they would have known Bieniemy's sort of offensive plays. So yeah, I think so you can imagine Bieniemy with Jaden Daniels would have been nice. Would have been nice, but it's one of them things. At the moment in the NFL, there's so many quarterbacks standing out, so many wide receivers standing out, running back standing out. It's a crazy time in the NFL right now. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But we do have new products coming out soon as well. We have Obsidian's coming out soon as well, which is going to be interesting. I think, Obsidian. So I'm pretty sure it's this week, right? 20. Oh, so the first of November, Obsidian. Okay, I think that's obviously going to the Color Blast. Lamine Yamal is going to be the big one there, right? People are going to be wanting that. Obviously, it's a very expensive set, and it's what 7 cards per pack, 1 pack per box. But you get that Yamal, he'll be laughing. Top Stadium Chrome, local Chrome. I think it's got Messi autos in Barca kit as well, so that'll do well. That'll be the big one. Impeccable. A couple of weeks in November. So as a certified NFL, not much. If you think I won't go through the full list of products, but it's like the time of year, the products start coming out, the season start heating up, and car shows as well. See the London Car Show in 2 weeks' time of recording this. So yeah, it's a busy time, and historically looking at data, this is a time really when people start dying out of the hobby cash wise. You look now in November, December, a little bit of Jan, it's a really good time to get into cars for investment and even for your personal collection because people have other things going on, holidays, whether that's going seeing family, presents for family, etc. etc. So a lot of cards come onto the market, very liquid time, very I won't say cheaper time, but yeah, you can usually get better deals. And then obviously back end of Feb, January into Feb, NBA's heated up massively because you're coming to the end, and NFL's coming to the end, so it's all playoffs and yeah, lots of stuff. So it's back on the boom again. So keep an eye on the market, keep an eye on things, and I'll be doing a lot more stuff with on the lookout. We'll be looking more at markets and gem rates with more of these cards now hitting the sort of grading companies. So there'll be more of a data on gem rates to look at them sort of stuff. I've not done that for a while. To be fair, I looked at the gem rate stuff on lookout, which is I know people do like, especially when it comes to like profiting in cards. But yes, other than that, I don't know much else to you guys. No. Just want to say thanks for listening as always. Appreciate you guys. You're the real MVPs. As always, hit me up. I do respond to your messages, as you know, and I do answer questions. I will be doing another Q&A pod real soon because, again, similar questions, especially for the new people in the hobby. And I will try and get some more sort of content out. It's just all things going on at the moment in my personal life, which I've not been as active at shows and doing content as much. So I just try and keep the pod, and we want to look out. Try and do the pod where I can just chat to you guys about hobby, sports, etc. And then I'd look out where we look at data and that sort of stuff in the card hobby. So yes, I appreciate you guys always. Again, make sure you're following Iconic Trading Cards because the Oasis cards are a fire, and you'll see a lot more of them over the next few weeks, I reckon, on a lot of people's socials. I said Sports Cards UK has done a little reel, I believe, on his. Might be a TikTok one or two. I know he put on his story. And I know Iconic Trading Cards always share, everyone opening up and sharing what cards they got. So keep an eye out for future releases. Maybe some other orders get cancelled. I don't know. I can't comment. Maybe there's some other stock. I don't know. But yeah, make sure you keep an eye out for Iconic Trading Cards. Maybe an Oasis Part 2, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, other than that, I will see you guys soon. Take care. All the best. Peace.